A new year of fun and excitement has arrived, and diving headfirst into the action is simply how we roll here at Caribbean Passport TV. Hello everyone, I'm Tamara Williams. Sports, colorful designs, and some truly super travel agents. We have it all on today's episode, so strap in and prepare for a ride filled with thrills at every turn. The tourist destinations that make up the Caribbean are anticipating another round of success over the next 12 months. Much of this windfall has been due to the efforts of global travel agents who have promoted countries such as Antigua and Barbuda, which has responded by recognizing the efforts of these agents in gala fashion. Constant activities, thrilling events, 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. A UNESCO World Heritage Site and natural parks. It's no wonder that Antigua and Barbuda enjoys a tremendous level of popularity. Much of Antigua and Barbuda's success as a tourist destination is thanks to the efforts of travel agents throughout the world, who have steered their customers towards the charms of this mecca of fun times, top-rated accommodation, and diverse restaurants. Hence the development of the Antigua and Barbuda Black Pineapple Awards as a means of honoring outstanding performances by these agents.
We want to show just how much we value travel advisors, travel ambassadors, travel agents as what they do for our country, that we decided that we needed to have an annual event where we would reward them. It's an incentive paid trip. We'd bring them to Antigua, all our top producers from the Caribbean, USA, UK, Canada, Europe, bring them down and really celebrate them. And that's what tonight is about. It's about them and what they do for Antigua and Barbuda.
We've been seeing year-on-year growth. We actually doubled our numbers during the carnival period. So we know that it's working. Our agents have been selling, they've been logging their bookings, and this is why they're being rewarded. We realize that the hard work that we've been doing over the years has been coming to fruition. So that is why we're all here, and we're so excited to reward our agents.
Antigua and Barbuda is very, very happy to have our travel professionals come on down to Antigua and Barbuda, where we can wine and dine them and show them how much they mean to us here in Antigua and Barbuda and across the world.
The prizes were bestowed through 4 main categories: the Directors Award, the Ministers Awards. Next up were the CEO's Awards, designated for top producers who were the most crucial in driving travel-related bookings within Antigua and Barbuda. Ultimately, the Prime Minister's Awards were reserved for those individuals who contributed towards global revenue sales.
This award, it means a lot to me. It is motivating me. It inspires me to even do better next year, you know. Persons will gravitate more to the all-inclusive resorts, the honeymoon, the birthday, the anniversary packages.
When we sell this destination, we sell it as a family-oriented destination. When we come to this destination, we feel at home, and people in Trinidad and Tobago, and I guess throughout the entire Caribbean, they like to go to a destination where they feel like family, and Antigua and Barbuda feels like family.
I started coming to Antigua about 3 years ago. I came with a girls group the very first time, and I fell in love with the country. And from that point on, I decided that I would specialize in Antigua. So I feel very honored to be able to come back here for a second year and be appreciated for my work with bringing clients from the U.S. to Antigua to experience this beautiful island.
Antigua has become like a second home to me. From the first time I visited, I fell in love with the island, and I literally want to retire here. I love it so much. So the passion to make sure that people get here and see it for themselves and understand that it's a diverse island. It's not just for honeymooners. You can party and have a good time here too.
These agents' abilities to promote and sell Antigua and Barbuda throughout the world did prove to be invaluable when it came to attracting even more travelers eager to experience what this hotspot has to offer. So, wouldn't you know, travel agents continue to be as relevant as ever and crucial to this region's industry. Meanwhile, sports tourism is quickly surging through the Caribbean, and what destination is more qualified to lead the way than Barbados, one of the world's top travel hotspots? The island recently hosted 2 international events, and both were united by the desire to hit the asphalt and allow the competitive drive and adrenaline to take charge.
Adrenaline and high RPM fueled competition touched down in Barbados with an international cast of participants on board. The Run Barbados Marathon and Wellness Weekend continues to get bigger, just like the reputation of the long-distance runners involved. In the end, it was Jamaica's Jason Baker who stood head and shoulders above his challengers in the signature marathon event. Baker crossed the line in 2 hours 46 minutes and 31 seconds, ahead of Christopher Mitchell of Trinidad and Tobago and Colombian Palmenia Berrio, who was the top female finisher. Nicholas Romany managed to win both the Fun Mile and 10K races for the 3rd time in a row to maintain his status as an elite long-distance runner. Other standout competitors on the weekend included Romany's Trinidad and Tobago compatriot Mitchell, champion of the 5K event, and Berrio, who in addition to the marathon, also reigned supreme as the women's Fun Mile and 10K victor. As the event's rebranding indicated, there is now a wellness component to proceedings, in keeping with a global trend of health travel. Speed was certainly flowing through the veins of this group. The participants in the inaugural Caribbean Motor Racing Festival, which was organized by the Barbados Association of Dragsters and Drifters.
Sports tourism is one of the areas that we're pushing as a ministry, as a government, and this smacks of sports tourism. You have teams here from St. Vincent and other areas in the Caribbean. So this is a welcome event in the landscape in terms of sporting in Barbados. It was major. The first time it has been put on at this magnitude, and I am very, very pleased about what I'm seeing here on the highway. We have individuals who are in their vehicles and they didn't come by themselves. In some cases, they brought families, mechanics, supporters. So this is a major plus.
It all got underway with the Caribbean Border Clash, a sound-off featuring cars from Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, and Guyana at the Bushy Park Raceway. The practice stage of the Bad Drag Fest involved showdowns at Bell Highway in St. Michael and served as a thrilling warm-up for the main event to come. But before then, motorsport aficionados also dug into the Represent Your Region drift racing competition at Bushy Park, which was the ultimate exhibition of skill and control. Finally, the action shifted back to Bell Highway and the Drag Fest finals, where the competitors in each time category knew one word: win. Excellence and fighting spirit were the names of the game during both the Run Barbados Marathon and Wellness Weekend and the Caribbean Motor Racing Festival, with sports fans definitely getting bang for their buck.
And there's a lot more excitement in store for regional sports fans in 2026. Yes, that's right, another Trinidad and Tobago Carnival season is upon us, which means that events such as Kiddies Mass, Panorama, and ultimately Parade of the Bands will soon be in full swing. Crucial to the support of the various organizations involved in Carnival are sponsors such as Republic Bank.
Often referred to as the greatest show on earth, Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival continues to thrive as this country's most popular event, which attracts visitors from every corner of the globe. They're coming to witness the spectacle provided by the Fêtes, Children's Carnival, Panorama, Dimanche Gras, and the grand finale, the Parade of the Bands. The Steel and Mass groups, plus other organizations involved in Trinidad and Tobago Carnival, all play invaluable roles within this gigantic machine. Hence the important functions performed by major corporations in providing sponsorship and other forms of support. Republic Bank, through its Power to Make a Difference program, has made things a whole lot easier for groups such as the Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra and Zebapeak Productions.
For more than 2 decades, PMAD has been more than a program. It has been our promise. A promise to walk alongside communities, to empower your dreams, and to transform lives. Purpose is what drives us. It is the anchor that grounds our actions and spark that fuels our progress. Purpose transforms what we do from mere projects into movements, from individual efforts into collective shared triumphs.
Essentially, our role as Republic Bank is to help them grow, to help them reach more people, to help them get greater impact. We hope to just see it improve from year to year based on the needs of our communities and also based on the needs and the gaps within our non-governmental organizations. So if they express to us that they have an area that they need support in, our intent and our commitment is to continue working with them so that they always feel supported.
Republic Bank Exodus, the defending Panorama champion from 2025, enjoys a crucial standing within its home community of St. Augustine, which provides a significant portion of the membership, particularly the younger ones, who allow for the succession that keeps the band going.
We began our affiliation with Republic Bank in 2011 through Jackie Commoner and Nigel, who was the managing director of Republic Bank at the time. Nigel is now, as you know, the president of Republic Finance Holdings Limited. Republic Bank Power to Make a Difference is a wonderful and magnificent initiative on behalf of Republic Bank, and Exodus was fortunate, thank God, to be a beneficiary of Power to Make a Difference.
Formed 19 years ago, Zebapeak Productions has risen into one of the more prominent children's masquerade bands on the local scene. And similar to the Republic Bank Exodus, Zebapeak also performs a valuable community role, with residents throughout Port of Spain counting on the group for both participation and employment.
They have been sponsoring the children project that I do with the high-risk areas in Port of Spain. Basically, we have what they call the Children's Carnival Project, where we bring together 21 of the high-risk areas into unity and enjoy themselves on the road with their families. We are seeing the difference in the communities where there are no longer much barriers or borders, as they say. And we'll continue building that through little projects that we'll be doing.
Zebapeak Productions, along with the Exodus Steel Orchestra, 2 organizations that have benefited from the support provided by Republic Bank. It's the sort of continued involvement that has helped to make Trinidad and Tobago Carnival the world-class festival that it is.
Over 300 years of tradition. A journey from swaying cane fields to ancient stills. The rums produced by Demerara Distillers Limited have a history that began in blazing fire, a cleansing, cane stripped bare, the Caribbean's liquid gold revealed within. It is in this age-old process defined by our ancestors that this legendary spirit is born again. El Dorado, crafted richer, aged deeper.
So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for Exodus Steel Orchestra and Zebapeak Productions during the 2026 Carnival season. Ensuring that our societies are as healthy and disease-free as possible is a crucial challenge. This is exactly the main mandate of this region's top public health agency, CARPHA. which has been performing a variety of critical functions since 2013 and always has an important statement to deliver.
It's important for CARPHA as a health agency to be here because the health of the Caribbean is very closely interlinked with the wealth of the Caribbean, and even more so with tourism because we have more visitors that come to the region than actually live here. So if you want to really have healthy and safe Caribbean, you really have to have healthy and safe tourism, and this is where CARPHA comes in. Our first cases of many illness are imported, so we have to be able to put measures in place to nip visitor illness to make sure they are getting a healthier and safer experience. And this is what is going to set apart the Caribbean from other destinations. In addition to the sun, sand, and sea, you have a healthier, safer destination. We have novel confidential systems of early warning. What does that mean? It tells you something is happening before it gets to large numbers, so you nip it in the bud. And we support that through lots of training. We have trained tens of thousands of persons into prevention, infectious disease. We have healthier, safer environmental standards, and we offer a Healthier, Safer award that's recognized globally. So health and tourism have to work together, and together with the finance sector and others, and the environmental sector, because they are all interconnected. Healthy tourism requires, finances to go there. It requires the health sector, it requires the environmental sector, because our lovely beaches and ecotourism and all that also depends on the environment. So what we are trying to do, and I know CTO and CHD is trying to do the same thing, is to get people together and to come up with joint measures. And the measures shouldn't just be a tourism measure. It should be a cross-sectional or multi-sectoral measure that really helps the region.
Welcome back. Once again, up to 6 weeks of partying and revelry are right around the corner. But did you know that Trinidad and Tobago Carnival enjoys a deep heritage, going all the way back to the time when the cultures of two continents were merged and eventually developed into the global celebration that we all know and love today?
Energy, revelry, words that apply to the global spectacle known as Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. Apart from the fetes and the more traditional events, Carnival is centered around the Parade of the Bands, which comes off on the Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. It's been a long journey from the masquerade balls, staged by French West Indian immigrants to Trinidad. These inspired African slaves to respond with their own costumed celebrations that incorporated elements of their own rituals and folklore. Hence the creation of traditional characters, such as the Jab-Jabs, Moko Jumbies, and Damlarains, which all represented the mix of cultures. The rise of Canboulay, with displays of drumming, dancing, and stick fighting, was resisted by colonial authorities, which resulted in rioting and led to the passing of the Peace Preservation Act. This removed what was viewed as more threatening elements from the celebrations, while adding codification that actually affirmed the two-day carnival. Over the decades, the festival continued to grow as a fusion of traditional elements and stunning creativity. Juve would be formed as the official early Monday morning start of the festivities, while the rise of steel pan and calypso music, plus a schedule of fetes fueled by soca and chutney, have all extended Carnival into a season that lasts around 6 weeks in total. So, the opportunities for entertainment are limitless at this time of the year. It's all part of what Trinidad and Tobago Carnival is all about.
Her eye-catching hand-dyed creations are always in great demand, and textile designer Lisa Faye can now look back upon a career in which she invested in her passion and has constantly been rewarded through a reputation for excellence.
So Lisa, just tell me about you and your clothes and, where do you get your inspiration from?
I've been a textile designer for way over 30 years, We don't have to get specific about the number. But my boutique, Lisa Faye, which is my name, is almost 13 years old.
I also just love the use of color. You basically do it by hand, and the fact that you're able to kind of mix those colors and make it very vibrant is also beautiful.
Yes. My inspiration is all from nature. And of course, living in the Caribbean, that's a huge, influence of what I do. So we have, whether it be shades of blue or of course, something that may be a little bit more floral, but I paint each one individually. So I am an artist. And so you get all the little details in between and the blending of the colors. And I use silk because silk never fades and it just feels beautiful. So you're looking as beautiful as you feel, which is really what I want for women, to feel when they wear a piece of Lisa Faye. And sometimes we don't always go as bright, shades of white. But it's all hand done, so it's a unique piece. There are no two pieces alike. I use 7 different silks, and the different silks feel different. They're for different things. There's a dressier silk, there's a more casual silk, as you were talking about, beach. So it's like a silk chiffon, charmeuse, habitite, different silks. And that will, of course, depends on what somebody wants to use it for, whether they want to dress up or dress it down. And I try to make them as versatile and as fluid as possible so that everyone, because as we know, Caribbean women have many different shapes and all are beautiful, but I want to make sure that everybody can wear it. I'm addicted to my craft, so I paint almost every day of my life. So I'm constantly painting, I'm constantly producing, and that's because of the love of it.
Lisa, are there any upcoming collections we should be aware of?
I tend to stay away from a collection because I always want to have something that's special in the store at any given time, so I differ a little bit where that's concerned. So it really means a lot to me that my brand Lisa Faye is not just recognized in the Caribbean, even though that makes me very happy being from the Caribbean, but I'm recognized globally. And thanks to social media, I would think as well, it's so fantastic that you can reach anyone, anywhere. And I have a website, www.lisafaysilks.com. And it's also Lisa Faye Silks on Instagram, Facebook. So people can see my work anywhere and get an idea, the feel, how they fall, how they drape. Seeing people all over the world appreciating art in clothing, I think that impact has meant a lot to me because being an artist, sometimes people think, oh, you're just an artist. But you're not just an artist. Artists produce things that make people feel beautiful in any way, whether it be on canvas or it be in clothing. So the fact that as a woman from the Caribbean who is an artist is recognized globally means a whole lot to me because we have a really high standard in the fashion industry in Trinidad and Tobago. I honestly think we are right there with anyone else, but also the uniqueness of it. Not mass production, unique pieces that mean something, pieces of quality. It makes a big difference when someone has something that's their very own. And that's a lot to do with being Caribbean, giving a specialty piece, taking time with it. That's a bit of the advantage I think that we have being Caribbean as opposed to being an international brand, but yet reaching people internationally.
Reawaken to total tranquility all month long at Mer Day Spa with our Love's Divine Valentine's Spa package, available for both individuals and couples for the full month of February. Immerse in an oasis of indulgence as our team crafts an experience of luxurious restoration for you and your Valentine. Love is La Mer, the sanctuary of the senses. Book your Valentine today. Call 627-3252 or 5983.
the beautiful beaches of Barbados and the lush forests of Dominica, and now part of one travel package, thanks to a recent agreement between the two countries. Let's take a closer look.
We signed a MOU with Dominica, and this is something that has been long coming in terms of how we can work with Dominica to create multi-destination marketing, multi-destination packaging. But outside of that, in terms of capacity building, how can we learn from each other in terms of sports tourism? How can we market to each other in terms for regional travel? And it was an initiative that was also spurred from our Prime Minister at the ministerial level. And how can we work together? So between the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. and Discover Dominica, we have been talking and really coming up with rolling out initiatives that we look to work together on. So that was the genesis for us then signing the MOU between Dominica and Barbados. So, and we look forward to working with them, not only within the region, but also opportunities from Europe, from Latin America, for the two destinations to market together. Come to Barbados. Barbados has a different product. As we say, there's something always happening in Barbados, and then you go to Dominica and you relax on the nature isle of the Caribbean. So it's an excellent partnership.
The memorandum of understanding is going to be very, very beneficial for both countries. It is going to be heavily focused on multi-destination tourism, marketing, human resource training, exchange of ideas. Dominica sees Barbados as a model in terms of tourism, and we think that we can learn quite a bit from Barbados on how to enhance what it is that we have and get more people coming into Dominica. Barbados sees Dominica as the model for sustainability, and the intention is to work with us to understand our perspective as it relates to sustainability and to see how that can be intertwined into their tourism. And we want this understanding to be more than just a partnership, and we want it to define access, how we collaborate together, how we learn from each other, how we share and exchange ideas as it relates to human resource, and to really enhance the benefits of those types of partnerships. So Dominica and Barbados, we're walking the walk now, and we're hoping to become a model and have other Caribbean islands join us on this journey, because we have to help each other. We want our people to be able to travel throughout the Caribbean seamlessly, and we want to be able to experience each other's culture and so on. We're just so excited that we're beginning to make history in the Caribbean, actually working together, helping each other, and seeing the economic profits for all the islands involved.
And I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Robert and Richard Young of The Cloth for providing the wardrobe for today's episode. So how does one respond to such a festive and mind-opening showcase? Well, by looking forward to more of the same throughout 2026. Once again, I'm Tamara Williams, and I'm already pumped for the season. Until next time, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.